Good day to you everyone, my name is Whistler and I thought that we'd start off this hardcore episode with a bang. For once, I've done some preparation here in the meadow that I showed at the end of the last episode. I've laid down about a shulker's worth of TNT going all the way from the surface to the bottom of the world, and all for one reason. You see, I want to take advantage of the new ore generation mechanics and build myself a late game 1.18 mineshaft. And we could explore what one of those would look like here in the hardcore world. Oh my goodness, it's still going all the way at the bottom there. Well, I've certainly gotten myself a hole. It's a bit messy though. I thought I would actually get a little bit of a cleaner hole here. Like, what is that? Let's just dig our ways down a bit, and we need to clear that little bit of the corner there because it's not looking good. Wait, oh, wait, no. Oh no, not the lag spike. Pause. This is not good. 4 hearts. Okay. Note to self. There is a lot of entities in the world right now, and it's very laggy. Okay. Oh, FPS is all over the place. Let's not be dropping ourselves at the moment. I would like to keep this world. So let's just blow up this small corner again, because it didn't really destroy itself properly for whatever reason. So throw an arrow, there we go. Okay, will it go boom? Of course it will, I lit it. Of course it's going to go boom. What am I talking about? That's not done as much damage as I thought it would, but I'll clear that up anyway. And I think the best way of getting myself to the bottom here is actually just to throw an ender pearl. There's no way I'm going to be able to fly down there and not feel like I'm about to die. Oh, here we go. I've hit the deep slate level. I've not even gotten to the bottom with that ender pearl. Wow. Oh, this is messy. I think I'm going to need to clean this up, unfortunately. That was the whole point of the bomb. I didn't want to do mining. I wanted to just have the hole, but I guess that's not the case. But it does like we've exposed some diamonds. Let's take those beautiful deep slate diamond ores. There we go. Fantastic. The mineshaft is already paying for itself. In a very small way, I guess. Well, it's quite clear to me that I'm going to need to do a bit of a cleanup, so let's place down ourselves a beacon. Although having a beacon here might be a good idea. I could put like haste 2 on it, and that could increase the mining speed that we have for the mineshaft. And we could also put some resistance and some regeneration so that we could be extra safe and all that kind of stuff. We could get loads of beacons down in the hole. I just need to actually obtain them. But for now, we're just going to have 3 beacons. That's going to give us a good range of buffs, but I think having every beacon buff available would be really cool. We'll have to kill the wither a few more times for that. And I've run out of iron. Like, I know I've got iron in the world, but I don't want to fly back home. So we're going to use emerald blocks for the rest of this beacon. It's going to be a bit of a mess, but who cares? It's still going to work. So let's give ourselves haste 2. That's going to help us out a lot. Resistance 2. That might save me from falling, potentially, and we'll give ourselves regeneration and strength as well. So, now that that beacon's set up, I suggest that we clean up this hole, because it's in a bit of an extreme mess at the moment. Let's get straight into it, shall we? And welcome back, everyone. We now have a very clean hole in the world, going all the way from the top of the meadow down to the bottom of the world here. It's like some 130 blocks. It's a bit insane, but we've got it now, and that's just fantastic. So that means that we can get started on the construction of the mineshaft itself, and I think this gives us a good slice of how the generation has changed for the caves. I've just realised that I can't see the surface here with a 12 trunk render distance. That's kind of silly. That's how deep I am. But I think this is a good time to explain how the ore generation has changed in the 1.18 update. So, diamonds are no longer best found at Y11. They get more and more common the further down you go in the world. So they're actually the most common at bedrock level, which is like minus, 59? But of course, you want to stay above the lava lakes and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's Y minus 54 is the best place for diamonds. And that's the case for redstone as well. And then gold ore has its peak at, I think, Y-16. And lapis is at Y0, iron is at Y16, copper is at Y48, and coal is most common at Y96. And of course, yours can generate at other Y levels, but there is a new best level for each different ore. Like, there's not just one level for each ore, which is why I'm interested in building this mineshaft. I want to take advantage of it. And in fact, we've got a dripstone cave at the top here, which is excellent news for copper, because it actually doubles the copper rates. And I did gain quite a lot of ores from clearing up the hole during that time lapse. So we've gotten all of that copper. We've got a little bit of deep slate copper from there as well, actually. A little bit of iron, redstone, diamonds, lapis. And we've got plenty of deep slate and tuff as well. I figured that I should probably try to keep that so that I don't have to actually mine that as a resource in the future. And of course, I used up almost all of my pickaxes during that time lapse. So I should probably go back to the Nether and fix them up real quick. Because there's no point in having a mineshaft if I can't actually go mining. So let's take our lodestone compass out of that shulker box and head back home. So, I'm sure you're all happy to know that the Nether chicken has survived. Well, I say survived, it's still alive from when I last left. I do need to move it. But for now, these zombie piglins shall die for me. Oh, yeah, there we go. We've got plenty of iron still. I just need to actually put it into my ender chest. Let's go ahead and do that now. So, how long does it actually take to reach the bottom with an ender pearl from here? Because it's really far. That is very distant. Like, this is a 12 chunk render distance at the moment, and the beacons are only just rendering. I am at Y130 right now, so you know that we've got a pretty great height here. And that was a good few seconds to actually hit the ground as well. Well, now that we've got iron, I can take the emeralds back. We're not going to have a clown for a beacon. So, with our mineshaft, I was hoping to actually have like a staircase going from the top to the bottom, and we'll build it out of wood, clearly. And I was hoping to have like a strict log-like gradient going from the top all the way down to the bottom. And we could go from like dark oak at the bottom to spruce, to oak, to jungle, to birch. And I just think that that looks nice. And I know that the jungle might not actually fit too well between oak, but I think it's going to fit in regardless. And I would actually quite like to make a little bit more space down here at the bottom. So let's lay down the rest of our TNT. Let's fire away. Okay, I hope we're all right here. I have barely any TNT left. Oh, I didn't realize that that would fire TNT at me. This was perhaps a little bit too dangerous. Are my shulkers all right? I think I just broke a chest. Okay. Oh dear. That was more dramatic than I thought it would be, but we came out of that all right, I guess. Oh, we've got more diamonds. You know, I wonder, is TNT the proper way to mine for diamonds now? I think that's worth exploring at some point, because we've exposed quite a few here. It's like ancient debris. I know that it's technically destructible, but it is quite blast resistant. So who knows? Might be worth looking into. Now I'm just going to count 3 blocks here and then place the dark oak log there. And we're going to do that on all 4 corners here. And that's going to indicate like where I want my staircase to be. It's going to be quite a lot of space down here actually. But I think we could do something interesting with the space down here. We could like decorate the mineshaft a little bit. We might have a giant pool of water at the bottom. That could be cool. Oh no, there's a child! Get away from me! So we're going to create a nice little platform at Y-54 here, and that is going to be our diamond level. And we're going to mine from this level into each 4 directions, potentially. I think that could be cool. Well, this isn't exactly the safest of places. We've got zombies, we've got creepers, we've got the whole bunch. I'm going to have to keep an eye out for that. And you know what? I quite like the idea of flooding the bottom of this, so let's just go ahead and get started with that. Hello, Alice. You're going to help me with flooding this area just a little bit. I want that infinite water source, and we'll just flood the bottom of the area here. Oh, that's interesting. That wasn't something I'd actually counted on. We've got glow squid spawning down here. Perhaps we could make use out of them for, like, our underwater light sources or something. That could be cool. And before I actually go and flood this thing fully, I think I've actually made a mistake. There is an advancement that I can get right now, and I might not be able to get it if I add too much water. And that is the Caves and Cliffs advancement. And to get that advancement, you need to fall all the way from the max build limit all the way down to the bottom of the world and survive. And this is actually making me incredibly nervous because I don't have totems or anything like that. So I'm hoping everything's all right. Like, I'm not just going to glitch through the water and smash straight into bedrock or something. That might be terrifying. But I do have resistance too, although that's not going to do anything from this height, is it? Let's be real here. Oh my goodness, we are very high up. And you know what? We're going to eat a golden apple. I know this wouldn't save me in the slightest, but it's going to make me feel a little bit better. But let's do this. Let's... Oh my goodness, is this a mistake? Please don't be a mistake. Hey! No advancement. Ah, I've added too much water. I think I need to fall another block or something. Oh dear. Okay, everyone, let's try this again. I've made a little bit of an adjustment to the pool at the bottom of the world here. And if I can just land on top of this pillar. Oh, yes. Excellent work. Okay, so we're going to try this again. And this time, it's going to work. Or at least, that's the hope. Oh, okay. Eat the golden apple. Oh, really? Okay, we're going to try this again, except this time we're going to take off the elytra in case that is changing the parameters or something like that. And we're actually going to jump up a block as well and see if that does anything. And hopefully we'll get this right this time. So we're going to put the chest plate on instead of the elytra. The elytra is gone, and we're jumping. Okay, this is it. For sure. For real this time. Here we go. Caves and cliffs! Woohoo! Well, we're never doing that again. And we've flooded the rest of the hole here. And I think we're going to take a little bit of inspiration from Lush Caves. And we're going to add a bit of a clay bottom to this. I think that will look good. So let's just go right ahead and get that done. And in fact, I'm going to try and make the beacon look a little bit better because it's kind of ugly, to be honest. So we're going to try and hide it beneath a lot of clay. And to make this area look a little bit better, we're going to add some seagrass here with bone meal. It's going to make this place look ever so much more pretty. Oh, hello, creeper. I see you're coming out of nowhere. I see your creeper toes. You can't sneak up on me, though. Well, I've got to say, I'm actually quite liking the look of this mineshaft at the moment. Like, I know we've only been working on the very bottom of it, and for some reason I've started working on aesthetics, but I've hidden the beacon pretty well beneath all of the clay, and the glow squids are swimming around happily, and yeah, I'm just really liking how this place is turning out already. Ah, jeez, I've got a slime spawning down here. I was really hoping that there wouldn't be a slime jump down here, but clearly I have found one. Ah, that is unfortunate. I was hoping I wouldn't have to deal with that. And now we're going to work on the staircase. So, like I mentioned earlier, we're going to go with a bit of a wood gradient. We're going to start with dark oak, and we're going to move on to spruce, and then onto oak, and then onto jungle, and then onto birch. And then as we reach the ideal Y level for a certain type of ore, we're just going to add a little bit of a platform here that we can use in the future. That's a long way to fall, but I think that we have just constructed the entire staircase. So this is actually a very handy thing to have this pool at the bottom here, because it means that I can just do that. I don't have to fly down and risk dying or anything like that. And then we're going to have some log pillars going all the way up from the bottom of the world to the top with the same gradient as before. And I don't just want to go straight from one log to another, so we're actually going to have a little bit of a mix-up here, like this one, as I move on to another type of log. And just like that, I believe that this is the last log pillar going all the way up to the top of the world. And I've actually gone too high here. There we go. And I'm being attacked by phantoms. That's always pleasant. And now that that staircase is fully constructed, I can just run all the way back down. I don't have to fall if I don't want to. I can just walk down very calmly and safely. Or I can jump off the edge and land in the water if I'd like to. But for now, this is our staircase. And to be honest, I think it's turning out pretty well so far. Although it is by no means finished yet. As an example, one of the things I would like to do is to actually add stripped logs, or the full 6-sided log variants to the sides of the staircase here, just to give it a nice little banister look. And to improve that a little bit more, we're actually going to add some fence posts here. And this pillar needs to go. We've got the advancement now, but it's an eyesore. So if I can land on this, there we go. Excellent. We can just go right ahead and remove it. There we go. So the pillar has been removed and we've got ourselves a very nice looking staircase going all the way from Y130 to the bottom of the world. And I think we can improve on this a little bit further. At the moment it's a bit slow walking down, so we might actually add a minecart rail to this, and we could make use of that in some way or another. It might actually be cool to have a smart mineshaft scenario going on here, so we could press a button and the minecart could take us to a specific level or something. Perhaps we could work on that in the future or something. But for now, we will just add our rails. It won't be smart, but it will be away from the bottom of the world to the top and back again if need be. And here we go. We've gotten all the way up to the top. We're just going to have a cobblestone activation system for now. We're not going to have anything pretty just yet. But we can escape the zombie just like that. And we can ride the minecart all the way down to the bottom of the world. And I'm surprised that I did not just stop at that little platform just there, because those rails aren't powered. I'm just going straight over them. That is unexpected. And I'm not sure what to think about that. We might have to create junctions here in the future. And then that way our smart mineshaft could stop us at particular levels in the proper way and not just have us go straight past it or something. And you know what? I would like to explore something I mentioned earlier. We're going to see if TNT is actually a viable diamond mining method. We're going to lay down some here at the bottom of the world here at my -54 and see just how many diamond ores we explode. So I've just laid down an entire shulker of TNT and let's see how it goes. So it's boom time, everyone. How many explosions have we had today? It's quite a few. But let's see what we've got. Let's chase the explosion with our lanterns so that mobs don't spawn. We've got silverfish, unfortunately. That makes sense. We are in a meadow. Okay. I'm not seeing any diamonds at the moment. We've got oak wood. We've got a mineshaft, it seems. Although I'm not seeing any diamonds at the moment. Perhaps I blew them up. Or perhaps I just didn't come across any. It's hard to know until you look at all of the ore distribution stuff in the actual seed itself. Were there actually any diamond ores here in the first place? Perhaps we could explore this more in the future. But the main reason I wanted a 1.18 mineshaft is for copper. So we are here at Y48 and we're going to create our first actually functioning mineshaft area, I guess. So we're going to make a little ring around this level so that we can mine off here in every direction in the future. And I am so glad that they changed how copper generates in 1.18. It's so much more common, and that is such a good thing, because it was needlessly expensive for a building block. I always say this, but it was so expensive and it was so rare to find. And now it's really common, especially in dripstone caves. So I'm actually really lucky that there's a dripstone cave here. I'll be getting copper by the bucket load. But with all this being the case, I think that we should get started with a time lapse. Let's finish off the copper level. I want to show you all what the copper level is going to look like. So let's get straight into it. And welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that time lapse. I feel like I've been so overwhelmed by the amount of copper that I've been getting recently that I can just place it in the walls and show it off. Like, we've got deep slate copper in there. We can show off that rarity, for example. And I've got to say, I quite like how the walls have turned out here. I actually love the way that this little copper platform here has turned out. I actually love the way it looks. I hope you all agree too. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Because we're likely to do this with all of the other ores in the future, and that could look pretty cool. Like, to see all of those different platforms going all the way from the top of the world to the bottom. But we have used actual copper in the roof, and I would quite like for it to stay the same colour. So, we've got some honeycomb here. I made sure to bring some over. And we're just going to start waxing this copper. And I've not really used copper properly in this world because it was, like, so expensive. So we've actually just gotten ourselves an advancement just there. Wax on, wax off. I've actually got quite a few advancements in this episode. It's like I'm back at the start of the world or something. But yeah, I'd quite like the copper to be in its brand new state. That's what I'll call it. But while I get this done, I feel like I should tell you that we now have something incredibly rare in our world. You see, very early on in that time-lapse, we got a thunderstorm, and I decided to try and go hunting for the skeleton horses that might spawn every now and then. And I'm happy to say that we finally have ourselves some skeleton horses in the world, which is absolutely fantastic, because we didn't actually have any before. And unfortunately, I killed this one just there, because that guy was determined to not let me have his horse. And without even realizing, there was another skeleton trap just there. So we've gotten another 4 skeleton horses on top of those original 3 as well. So we've actually got 7 total. And quite amusingly, 2 of those horses actually dropped off the edge. I was quite worried for their health, but don't worry, they're fine. They're just having fun at the bottom of the world now. Because it's quite lucky that I decided to put a big pool at the bottom, because that saved them for sure. So let me introduce you to our... Oh, hang on, there's actually one still alive here. So we've got 1 skeleton horse there, and another one here as well. We've got 2 at the bottom of the world. We might bring the others down here, or something else. I'm not sure. It's quite cool to have, like, living fossils down here, though. That's very cool. And I've got to say, one of my favourite things to do now is to actually just ride the minecart rail all the way up to the top and then down again. It's so fun. And it's going to be even cooler once we actually decorate the sides of this hole. Oh, this is such a cool project. I'm so looking forward to doing this over time. But for now, I figure that we should probably do some mining, because I'm in need of a lot of copper. That's one of the main reasons we have made this mineshaft. So let's see how much we get in a short period of time. Let's say about half an hour or so. Let's see how much copper we get. Oh, copper! We found it. We found my lovely, lovely copper. And unfortunately, the direction I picked was not that great, because we've come across a river. That is unfortunate. Copper! 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 Beautiful, beautiful copper. And then just like that, we've actually just gone ahead and gotten ourselves 12 entire stacks of copper ore. That's going to be so much copper that we could use for building. I am seriously loving how common it is in this world now. So let's just add that to the rest of the copper we got while excavating the hole. And I've got to say, that is a lot of copper. Wow. I'm looking forward to using that. I have got to know how much copper is in this. So let's do a very short harvesting time lapse. Oh my goodness, everyone. I have copper for days. I have filled up completely 3 double chests all the way up to the top with copper. And we've got a little bit spare and the 4th one just there. And my goodness, that is a lot of copper. This is going to take a long time to smelt, that's for sure. But you know what? I've got to see how much that converts to in terms of copper blocks. Let me know your guesses, everyone. Don't cheat. Stop the video and tell me how many copper blocks you think I've got. So, this is how many copper blocks I've got. That is a lot of copper. Like, oh my goodness. I've got copper for days. And then if we just add that to the copper blocks that we had mined previously, we should have a very good amount. How much is this? Okay, we've got 21 stacks and 47 copper blocks and 6 raw copper. My goodness. With this much, I should probably crown myself the king of copper or something. And while this is a lot of copper, it is completely useless to me if it is not smelted. So, unfortunately, I've got to decraft all of it into its non-block form and stick it into our smelting array. I need a super smelter, I'm coming to realize, with all of this copper, because this is going to take a while to smelt. But it is at least something that we can just let happen over time. We can do something else for now, such as working on the Nether. And here we are in our mega Nether project, which is probably forever going to be unfinished. It depends on how much time I want to dedicate to it, but I hope to finish it. I would really love to finish this place. It's just taking such a long time, though. It is such a big project. Oh my goodness. I promise you, we will get this done, though. And as you can see, we've cleared out 2 corners of this place previously, and I think it's time for us to do a third. And this time, we're going to take out the corner that has this massive nether fortress in the middle of it. And in addition to that, I think we'll actually change it up a little bit. Let's use TNT this time. Let's see how that goes. And welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that time lapse. We now have another corner down, and I've got to say, I've completely messed up the ceiling. Let's not talk about that. I've just created more work for myself. But as you can see, the blaze farm is actually now visible. It wasn't before. So that's interesting. I think I can actually fly from here to the farm now, which is interesting. And we've actually got a very big Strider party down there. They are having a lot of fun not being trapped. As you can see, they're bouncing up and down. Yeah, they're having fun. But can I fly from here to the blaze farm? I hope I can. Let's see if that's actually possible. Okay, it looks like it is. Very good. Oh, let's just shut the door in my face. You're not supposed to be in here, dude. Get out. Oh, the blazes are so loud. And I actually found a chest of resources outside of the farm that I decided to move in here because it was in the blast zone. And yeah, that wasn't good. And I wanted to keep those resources, so we moved them. And if these blazes could shut up, that would be great. And as usual, even though I used TNT, that did take quite a toll on my pickaxes. So we've got to repair those up real quick. Wait, hang on. Guys, I don't mean to alarm anyone, but I think I just threw my netherite pickaxe into the cistern. Oh, that's gone now. Okay, so if I know my gold farm, and I think I do, the netherite pickaxe should end up inside one of these chests being fed into the furnaces. So I've just got to look inside, and hopefully I'll find it. Okay, it's not in that side. How about this one? No. Ah, there it is. I found it. Thank goodness for that. I didn't lose it. Oh, you know, I keep forgetting about these guys. I really need to break their crossbows, seriously, because I don't want to be shot at every time I try to use the barter battery or anything like that. And I still need to finish the farm as a whole. I've got to say, though, it's always going to be amusing seeing all of the arrows go through the portal. Just look at how many there are. It's literally raining death right there. But the reason I am here is actually because I would like to change arrows. You see, I've finally run out of the ordinary arrows that I've been using forever. And I think it's time to make the swap. I think I'm going to be using spectral arrows from now on because I have them available. The barter battery has supplied them to me by the truckload, and I've just got to make use of them. And I've got a few chests in my inventory, actually, so let's just add a little bit more to the chest wall here, and now I can say that I've actually worked on the barter battery today. There we go, so much progress! Those chests went nowhere, I've got to say, and I've still got another 3 modules to go. And as you can see, the chosen one, the Nether chicken, has survived yet another episode. And I've got to say, I'm done with it. We're moving him. I am going to take him out of his little safe house here in the middle of the Nether, and we're going to take him to the last remaining corner that has yet to be mined. So, if you would just like to come with me, chicken, I know you like seeds. It's your favourite food, isn't it? Yeah, I know you love it. So, we're just going to take it very slowly but surely to its probable demise. Depends on how dangerous the Nether is over in this corner. So, here we go, Nether Chicken. I would like to introduce you to the naughty corner. Now go sit down here. Think about what you've done. Yeah, that's right. I can't believe you survived this long. In the Nether, how could you? I'm surprised you were smart enough to find refuge in the gold farm, to be honest. But I suspect that there's going to be quite a bit of lava pouring down here in the future. And yeah, we'll see if Nether Chicken survives it. And I've got to say, I feel like we've done quite a lot in today's episode. We've completely demolished an entire hole all the way down to bedrock to serve as our new 1.18 mineshaft. And I think it's looking great so far. We can work on this bit by bit in the future and make it look even better as time goes on. And that includes the plain looking walls as well. Like, I think we could probably maybe take some inspiration from the Caves and Cliffs update. We could have like a big dripstone area and a lush cave area. And perhaps we could have the lush cave down here at the bottom. It's already supplied. We've got water, we've got clay. We could hang some glowberries up here or something. And I could even have perhaps some a geode section. That could be cool. We could have a geode, a giant geode wall or something. And maybe some fossils. That could be cool. Although I'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you think I should do with the walls here? Because it's like I've got this gigantic canvas, and I could do anything with it. There's a lot of potential here for sure. I'm afraid that's going to have to be the end of the episode though. So, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, I'll be sure to see you in the next one. Bye! Thanks for watching everyone. It's been a pleasure.